Dubai has long become a symbol of wealth, speed, architectural records, and almost impossible ambition. But behind the shine of skyscrapers, ultra-expensive yachts, equestrian empires, private residences, and global business projects stands not just a city, but a ruling family that has shaped its image and direction for decades. The Al-Maktum family turned Dubai from a quiet coastal settlement into one of the most recognizable centers of the modern world. Their story is a combination of power, strategic thinking, demonstrative luxury, personal discipline, and the desire to leave a legacy that reaches far beyond the Middle East. Dubai was once a small and almost forgotten corner of the desert, where skyscrapers now shine, camel caravans once passed. The city's main wealth was not oil, skyscrapers, or financial flows, but pearls, whose harvesting long remained an important part of local life. Today, Dubai looks completely different. It has become a global center of business, tourism, aviation, luxury, and architectural experiments. This leap was not accidental. It is associated above all with Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al-Maktoum, the man who saw the desert not as a limitation, but as a space for the future. Sheikh Mohammed did not simply govern the city, he built it as a symbol. Under his leadership, Dubai began moving rapidly from fishing boats to financial power, from traditional markets to futuristic shopping malls, from wooden dhows to super yachts and world-class aviation hubs. One of the main turning points was the creation of Emirates. At a time when many doubted the prospects of such an idea, Dubai bet on aviation. This was not just a project to launch an airline, but a strategic move that was meant to connect the city with the world and turn it into a crucial hub between East and West. Today, Emirates connects more than 150 destinations, while Dubai itself is perceived as one of the planet's key transit centers. Alongside this, airport infrastructure also developed. Dubai International Airport became not just a place for connecting flights, but part of the city's image, a space where even waiting for a flight turns into an experience of luxury, scale, and technology. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum occupies a special place among modern monarchs. He is not only the ruler of Dubai, but also the Prime Minister and Vice President of the United Arab Emirates. His influence combines political power, economic strategy, and a personal vision of the city's future. His fortune is estimated at $18 billion. In his case, however, wealth matters not in itself, but as a tool through which a new model of Dubai was formed. Unlike leaders who inherit influence and limit themselves to preserving it, Sheikh Mohammed built a system that works far beyond palaces and official ceremonies. One of the key elements of this system was Dubai Holding, a major structure connected with real estate, finance, hospitality, media, and other sectors. This portfolio reflects the very nature of modern Dubai, diversified, ambitious, and focused on the future. Sheikh Mohammed's influence is not limited to the emirate. His real estate is located in different parts of the world. Among the best-known properties are a penthouse in Monaco worth about $38 million, large estates in Scotland, and properties in the United Kingdom. These residences are not simply private homes, but symbols of presence. They show that the influence of Dubai's ruler has long since moved beyond the desert and become part of the global map of elite real estate. Sheikh Mohammed combines the image of a monarch and an executive. He can launch large-scale government plans, present new architectural projects, and at the same time act with the precision of the head of a major corporation. It is precisely this combination of luxury, power, discipline, and business thinking that became one of the reasons why Dubai began to be perceived not only as a city of wealth, but also as a city of a managed dream. The official residence of Sheikh Mohammed is Zabil Palace. It is not simply the ruler's home, but an architectural and political symbol. The image of it is built on a combination of luxury and security. Marble entrances, high ceilings, luxurious chandeliers, manicured gardens, fountains, and guarded perimeters. Zabel Palace is hidden from the daily noise of the city and protected by security systems comparable to those used at the highest level state facilities. Guarded zones, access points, and modern surveillance systems are located around the perimeter. Yet behind this protection lies a space created not only to demonstrate power, but also for quiet. The palace combines Eastern tradition, Moorish motifs, and modern engineering solutions. But Zabel Palace is only one part of the family's broader world of private residences. In Monaco, Sheikh Mohammed is credited with owning one of the most exclusive penthouses, with views of the Mediterranean Sea, private elevators, and interiors created by top-level European designers. This residence is perceived not merely as real estate, but as a statement of status and international presence. In Scotland, the family's holdings cover thousands of acres. There are stables, hunting grounds, and private lakes. In the United Kingdom, country residences and historic estates that once belonged to aristocrats are mentioned. Each such place serves its own role. Somewhere it is a space for seclusion, somewhere a diplomatic gesture, somewhere a symbol of belonging to the closed world of the global elite. What all these residences have in common is privacy. They do not exist as ordinary homes. They are fortified spaces of influence located in different parts of the world. For the Al-Maktum family, real estate is not only a matter of comfort, but also a way to mark presence, power, and continuity beyond the formal borders of Dubai. Before skyscrapers, superyachts, and private jets, horses were part of Dubai's culture. For Sheikh Mohammed, they became not just a passion, but part of heritage, diplomacy, and personal identity. At the center of this passion is Godolphin, one of the best-known and largest horse breeding operations in the world. Its network covers the United Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, and the United States. These elite stables house more than 1,000 purebred racehorses, each carefully selected, trained, and cared for with medical precision. In this world, horses are seen not simply as animals. They are royal athletes, created to win on racetracks and continue strong bloodline. Their care, training, and participation in competitions form part of a large cultural and sporting project. In 1996, Sheikh Mohammed launched the Dubai World Cup, a tournament that became one of the main events in global horse racing. The prize fund of $12 million made it the richest horse race in the world. The competition takes place at Meydan Racecourse, which is itself an architectural symbol and brings together kings, billionaires, and the elite of equestrian sport from around the world. This project was not only sporting, but also image building. The Dubai World Cup helped establish Dubai on the global map of prestigious events. In Europe, the family's stables take part in such iconic competitions as Royal Ascot and major international prizes. In America, Godolphin horses have gained recognition at the Breeders' Cup and the Kentucky Derby. Despite its international scale, this interest remains deeply connected with the region's culture. Horseback riding in Dubai is seen as a link to Bedouin roots that existed long before oil wealth, glass towers, and global capital. In Dubai, luxury is not simply accepted, it is turned into an art form. This is especially visible in the car collections of the Al-Maktum family. The private garages of Sheikh Mohammed and his son, Sheikh Hamdan, contain dozens of rare, expensive, and technically unique vehicles. This is not only about Ferrari, Lamborghini, or classic symbols of the premium automotive industry. The collection includes more than 100 ultra-luxury and rare cars. Each of them looks like a separate statement about status, engineering obsession, national pride, and a love of speed. One of the central exhibits is said to be the Devil 16, a hypercar created in the UAE and valued at more than $2,200,000. It is credited with an engine producing up to 5,000 horsepower, which turns the car not simply into transport, but into a symbol of Dubai thinking: bold, fast, demonstrative, and aimed beyond the familiar. The collection includes classic Rolls-Royces, gold SUVs, Bugattis, cars with falcon emblems, and personalized Arabic calligraphy on the bodywork. These vehicles look like moving portraits of Dubai, futuristic and at the same time rooted in cultural tradition. There is also equipment created not only for city streets. The family's garages are said to include military-style off-road vehicles adapted for desert routes. Some cars are armored, some are experimental prototypes, and many are completely custom-built and will never be sold or replicated. This collection is not simply a set of expensive cars. It is an empire on wheels, where gasoline, gold, engineering, and imagination come together in one space. It reflects Dubai's idea of itself, a city that sees no boundary between function, luxury, and dream. If one rules a city that itself resembles a futuristic set, a palace does not have to stand only on land. Sheikh Mohammed's private yacht, worth about $300 million, is described as a true floating palace. It is not simply a vessel for travel. It is an independent world created for life at sea at the highest level of luxury. The yacht passes through the world's most prestigious waters, from Monaco to the Maldives, carrying not only a royal presence, but also a full private infrastructure. On board, there is a private submarine, allowing the owner and guests to dive into the depths without needing to go ashore in public places. This makes the journey feel more like a scene from a spy film than an ordinary cruise. The deck includes a cinema room where films can be watched under the open sky, as well as a squash court, because even in the middle of the sea, an active rhythm of life remains in place. The yacht's interiors are finished with handcrafted wood, Italian marble, and gold accents. At the same time, the luxury here is presented not as a loud effect, but as a carefully built atmosphere. Each cabin resembles a separate suite designed for privacy and comfort. Behind the exterior beauty lies complex engineering. The yacht is equipped with modern navigation systems, anti-drone protection, climate control capable of adapting to conditions at sea, and powerful yet quiet engines. It can cross long distances without frequent refueling. There is also a helipad on board, allowing arrivals and departures without dependence on ports or city traffic. For the Al-Maktum family, such a yacht is not simply transport. It is a space of freedom, negotiations, leisure, and absolute privacy. In a world where status is measured not only by land, but also by the ability to control distance, this vessel becomes a symbol of power over space. Every empire needs a future. For Dubai, that future is associated with Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum, the crown prince whom millions of people know not only as a member of the ruling family, but also as the modern public face of Dubai. Sheikh Hamdan, known to many as Fazza, combines several roles. He is an heir, athlete, poet, adventurer, and a figure actively present in the digital space. His public image is built around skydiving, mountain climbing, desert journeys, horseback riding, and closeness to nature. Yet behind the beautiful photographs and popularity on social media lies not only a lifestyle, but also preparation for responsibility. Sheikh Hamdan is perceived as someone raised not merely to inherit wealth, but to continue a line of governance, public service, and the preservation of dynastic legacy. His life includes private jets, royal regattas, and access to the highest level of luxury, but at the same time he is connected with charitable initiatives, healthcare programs, and animal protection. During the pandemic, he supported medical workers and took part in launching aid campaigns that reached beyond Dubai. Sheikh Hamdan is also connected with conservation projects and the idea of sustainable development. This is an important signal for the city's future. The Dubai of the next generation must remain luxurious, but also become more responsible. Despite his background and international fame, Sheikh Hamdan builds the image of an accessible leader. He is seen jogging alongside ordinary residents, in public cafes, and at local weddings. This combination of power and outward simplicity has made him popular not only in the Persian Gulf, but far beyond it. He represents the young face of Dubai, a city that wants to be both traditional and innovative. In this sense, Sheikh Hamdan does not simply inherit the crown, but changes the idea of what a modern monarchy can look like: athletic, open, poetic, technological, and connected to its people. In a world where wealth often builds walls, Sheikh Mohammed chose the image of bridges. Vision 2021 was conceived not simply as a state program, but as a roadmap for the country's development, in which skyscrapers were meant to be not only symbols of money, but part of a broader strategy: education, innovation, national pride, and social sustainability. An important part of this image is the accessibility of the ruling family. Despite a fortune estimated in the billions of dollars, the Al-Maktum family seeks to demonstrate not only power, but also involvement in society. Dubai residents recall Sheikh Mohammed appearing at book fairs, public cycling events, and meetings with students, where he spoke with people directly rather than only from an official stage. This style is presented as a deliberate form of leadership. In this model, Dubai is not only a city of shine, glass, and steel, but also a society built around a shared goal. Vision 2021 linked economic power with human capital, healthcare, education, housing, and the ability of citizens to feel part of a common project. Philanthropy in the family's legacy does not look like an accidental addition. It is presented as one of the pillars of their public image. Foundations and initiatives connected with the family support cancer research, help orphans, take part in humanitarian programs, and respond to disasters beyond the country's borders. Sheikh Hamdan, continuing his father's line, donates funds to medical projects, animal protection, and social programs. It is precisely this combination of luxury and public responsibility that forms Dubai's distinctive image. The ruling family does not completely hide behind golden gates, but regularly appears in public space, demonstrating the idea of leadership through personal presence. The Al-Maktum family is not simply the richest and most influential dynasty in Dubai. It has become part of the city's very image. From billion-dollar skyscrapers to world racing, from palaces in Monaco to local charitable initiatives, from airports to yachts and stables, their influence is visible in almost every sphere of the Emirates' modern life. Behind the golden facade of this story stands not only wealth. Far more important is the combination of vision, discipline, and the ability to turn symbols into instruments of power. Dubai is built as a city statement. It shows that even a desert coastline can become a global capital if it has strategy, resources, and the willingness to think big behind it. The luxury of the Al-Maktum family is impressive, but by itself, it does not explain the phenomenon of Dubai. Something else works far more strongly: the desire to connect heritage and the future, tradition and technology, private power and the public image of service. That is why the story of Dubai's ruling family is perceived not only as a story of wealth, but also as the story of how one dynasty helped rewrite the fate of an entire city.